Welcome back to Tame Mayhem. I'm George.
I'm Mauro.
And today we're joined by local video director and music producer Richiee.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Hell
Hey,
Big
absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, we're a big fan of your work, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Right?
we've seen some of your stuff on here on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
The one that you guys shot downtown, that should look clean.
Yeah.
appreciate it. It was a long and hard shoot, but it's hot.
Oh
But,
yeah.
In COVID, you got to do what you got to do. So
Exactly.
right.
it
I was
fun.
like,
It
I was
fun.
like, I was looking at the video. I was like, at least no one's around them, man. Like, at least they're
Yeah.
practicing social distancing.
you get to
there.
shoot in the middle of the street with nobody there. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, there you go, man.
How was your weekend, man?
Oh God, it was crazy. I guess I can't say my weekend is days off. So my days off Monday, Tuesday. So
Right.
Monday night I got banned from Riverwind Casino.
What
Like,
the
for
fuck?
the
What do you got to
lifetime.
do to get banned from there?
Well, it was weird because, to keep it short, I broke up a fight. And then after being held in the back for like 45 minutes, they brought me to office, took my picture, and like maybe signed a bunch of stuff and saying
What?
that you're not allowed to come back here. You're banned for
What?
life.
What the hell?
Good
Threatened me with,
Samaritan.
yeah, their facial recognition cameras and stuff like
Bullshit.
that.
They have those. Bullshit. They
know,
have
right?
those.
Come
That's what
on.
I'm saying. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know, man. They're pretty rich. They make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
What were they fighting about? Who was it? An employee and someone? or-
No, it was just a kid that got jumped by like 5 other dudes.
Whoa.
what?
And
What?
no one was doing anything. Like people just like,
Oh, damn, that
yeah,
sucks,
I
kid.
gotta play. Like I gotta
Right.
make some money.
Right. I'm
So I
already
ran
down
over there,
50.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
was getting stomped out in the middle of the casino floor. No one was doing
What
anything.
the
Like, I had to
hell?
help
So
So
out.
it wasn't even outside. It was inside.
No, I could tell dude was trying to get outside, so like he didn't get beat
Sheesh.
up in front of everybody.
Right.
But yeah, I got to help him out. Like dude was gonna die. Like
Yeah.
dude
Oh,
was getting
absolutely.
stomped. And then,
Maybe
Security
that dude
didn't
was
see
counting
that?
cards.
oh, they showed up in numbers. Like after I pulled everyone off and like
Oh, I
pulled
bet.
people back. Like it was like 30 of them. It was
What the
crazy.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, oh hey, like thank you guys for like showing up late. Like dude's
Honestly.
half dead.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one started filming that. I'll be honest.
Oh, it was, dude, at like 3 a.m. on like I guess Tuesday morning at the casino. It's only like old.
Yeah, it's only
Old
pulled
people,
people,
like,
people
they
that
don't-
like gambled away their pension. They're just
Yeah,
like, I
their
gotta
social-
make my
their
shit
social
back.
security checks.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is there. Like just a bunch of old people.
Yeah, they're called benefits for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Fucking, man, is that kid alive?
I don't know.
No
I
shit.
don't. I mean, he was so like I've never seen someone get so messed. It looked like a UFC fighter like fought like a kindergartner. Like he
Oh my
was,
gosh.
he couldn't even
Shit.
stand up. Like he had to get taken away by an ambulance and stuff like that.
God
Jeez.
damn.
Like, he was absolutely destroyed. Like his face was unrecognizable from when I saw him like 30 seconds prior.
That's fucking terrifying, dog.
That is
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
It was scary.
They probably banned him too for no
Yeah.
reason.
I was like,
Yeah,
you
they
banned 'cause you
probably
lost the
did.
fight.
Yeah, they lost the fight.
Dude, the dude just booked it too, and like a couple security guards chased after the people that beat him up, but I didn't hear anything about them. I asked, they're
What?
like, "Oh, we're investigating it." I was
Dude,
like,
that
"Oh, I
sounds
bet
like
you
No,
are."
they're not
it
doing
was an
shit
in and
about
out
it.
mission.
Hell no. And I was like, oh yeah, we're looking into it. Nah,
Yeah, they can give two
Like,
fucks.
just to make sure he don't come back
Right.
in here.
It was their own. Goddamn.
Yeah,
it.
they were like, he's a witness, bro. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want, they don't want him running around the casino telling like, yo, there's a big ass fight. There wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre here. I bet
Yeah,
y'all didn't know
man.
that. So they were like, nah, just get him out of here. I bet you that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Hell no.
All right, let's get into it. So you do a lot of stuff for the local rap scene, right?
Yeah,
So
I guess.
So what would you say, like, how would they compare, like, around here in the city, the rap scene, compared to, like, elsewhere?
Like other cities.
Yeah.
Oh god, it sucks.
Really?
Like, there's nobody doing really. There's a bunch of like rappers or artists per se, but no one's out there helping them get their name out or recording videos for them and helping them promote their own stuff. It's all just them and their Snapchats. That's all it is.
Right.
Like it's
Oh, I
so dead. Like there's no one out there. I wouldn't want to say I'm like one of the few people that do it. That's doing what I'm doing, is going out there and reaching out and finding these artists. And not to say that I have a big platform, but working together and getting them professional music videos done.
Right.
And so that way it not only boosts their career but mine as well.
Right.
But yeah, compared to other cities, it's terrible. Like,
Would you
there's
say
nothing.
there's a lot of cooperation in the city as well? Or
Oh,
is
yeah.
it kind of just like a small
I've
network?
never contacted an artist that has just shut me down or said no. They're always super interested.
Yeah.
And they're like willing to work.
Yeah.
And that's true because it like shows their work ethic and their drive. Like
No,
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
everyone in this city. Like the city's amazing.
Yeah. Like that's one thing I will say, the local art scene and like the local just kind of, whether it be music, rap, photography, or even podcasting, like they're pretty generous when it comes, like
Yeah.
they tend to be very cooperative when it comes to most things.
Yeah, they
Right.
are. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great scene. It's just weird that like in a sea of like 100 rappers, you're the one person that's like, I'll film with y'all. I'll film all
Yeah,
y'all.
I mean, because everyone that goes into film school, they're like, oh, I want to be a director. It's like, well, dude, you can't even get up and do a presentation from the class without sweating. Like, how are you going to direct Hollywood music, like Hollywood videos, like Hollywood films?
Right.
Like that's like, where's
You
the
gotta
common
start
ground
somewhere,
here?
too,
Like,
you
no
know
one
what I
wants
mean?
willing to like build the ladder. You know,
Exactly.
Like you have to start at the bottom before you make it to the top, and then you'll feel more humbled working your way up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you know, like a shooting is shooting.
Yeah,
You learn a lot of stuff every time, regardless, even if
Exactly.
it doesn't work out.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, even if it's different types of film, like a movie versus a music video, I mean, you still got to think about the fundamentals, like lighting.
Yeah.
You got to work on your timing. You got to make sure everything lines right. If the shot looks fucked up, people are gonna notice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like, dog, the fuck is this?
yeah.
There's a lot of times you can't fix that in post either.
Oh,
You're just
really?
like, I think I can do this, and then you're like 2 hours later, you're like, just forget it. I'll just put some B-roll over that scene.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, because I mean, you don't want to put out like subpar anything.
no, you don't. It's
Right,
your
like not even
portfolio.
for a second, not even for 2 seconds. Can't even.
People will
like,
catch that.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the small like attention to details. You know.
That's really what it's about too.
Yeah.
Make sure you can tell them a story.
Yeah.
So you say you're a music producer as well. Who would you look up to as far as musical influences when it comes to like making music and even like searching for music to shoot too?
See, when I grew up, it was always just like, especially in junior high and high school, it was like the Eminems, the Lil Waynes, people like that. Of course, Drake's been around forever. But when I was a kid, it was like rock and roll stuff. Like my dad's like really into Pearl Jam. Like Skillet was like one of my favorite bands.
Oh, yeah.
Puddle of Mud,
Hell
like
yeah.
people like that. And I'm slowly getting back into that.
That's a
rock and
lot of
roll
like
scene.
narrow taste.
Yeah.
It really is. It's crazy. And
Bro,
then,
you look like a Limp Bizkit type guy.
Dude.
When you Limp Bizkit, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, he gonna say Limp Bizkit in a minute.
But it's crazy too, because now I've been like respecting so many artists that like branch out into what they're doing, and one person in particular is Machine Gun Kelly. Like, after that beef with Eminem that he had, he just got bodied.
Yeah,
like,
he was like, I was like, I'm going into acting. He did Bird Box after that.
I'm going into acting. I don't want to rap anymore. I'm gonna be, he's teamed up with Travis Barker, the drummer from Blink-182.
Yeah,
and they did one back. I Think I'm Okay, which is like one of my favorite songs, and then they did Bloody Valentine, which is awesome, which he had Megan Fox in the music video.
Yeah.
And now they're
dating.
Now they're dating, like,
or at least
legend.
fucking, or at least fucking, definitely
legend.
Yeah, I mean, and plus
Absolute
he's best friends with Pete
Davidson. Yeah,
so,
one of the funniest guys out there.
Yeah, so he's also doing comedy and shit.
Yeah, and then him and Travis Barker releasing a rock and roll album at the end of the summer called Ticket to My Downfall. I'm so excited for that.
Insane.
It's gonna be who would have thought, man.
Right.
Yeah, so he's one of the number ones right now, especially with all the content he's been doing with all the pandemic and stuff, showing that you can still do it. Wow, it's real inspiring, man.
Yeah, it's also like, I mean, I'd say it's a pretty big privilege to be able to do stuff like that during a pandemic too.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like so many people are just locked out of where they make their stuff. Like so many people are like, up shit creek without a ladder.
Yeah,
It's the best way to describe it.
Honestly, yeah, it's like, imagine like one of the local rappers that started getting some traction that doesn't have his home studio, so obviously he has to go to the studio.
Yeah,
but like, guess what? It's
closed. But I mean, like Machine Gun Kelly, you can just go down to the basement and you got a full $1 million studio in your house. Like, you might as well work with it.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people that have been working through this pandemic though, like some of the local artists, because like I follow a few accounts and they did some live streams, like some like closed off on Instagram live streams. They played the local band.
Perform.
They perform, do full concerts. It's crazy, but it's one of my favorite things that I've seen so far.
People are creative, man. You give people nothing to do, they're gonna find things to do.
Exactly. Like in the beginning when all this shit started, we were like learning how to bake bread and shit. Now we're about to abolish the fucking police. So we about to fucking build guillotines and shit.
You can only make so much bread. There's only so much hand sanitizer you can huff.
Exactly, man.
What else are you gonna do? Get out and if you're gonna go tan anyway, you may as well be protesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, might as well go shirtless. I mean, just make sure you wear your sunblock.
Exactly.
But I mean, other than Machine Gun Kelly, do you like when it comes to, I guess, video, the video aspect?
Directors?
Directors.
I mean, obviously Cole Bennett is
Oh,
huge.
yeah,
by
he shot
far.
he made a lot of careers.
He's such a down to earth person too. Just by
Yeah.
watching interviews and stuff, he's someone that's super inspiring. He kind of just starts out like everyone else, just picked up a camera and wanted to start a company, and just of course he was in Chicago, so he had a lot more artists to work with.
He had Sosa, man.
Dude, he had Sosa. He's the first person to bring Lil Uzi to Chicago.
That's
He was on his
crazy.
own show. Dude, he had everybody, man. It was crazy. And then, but one of the smaller ones, this guy should be up for awards this year. Nicholas Jandora. He did a lot of like Lil Sky stuff.
Yeah.
And he's super creative because
he put Lil Xan on.
That's what Cole Bennett did, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him.
Well, who gives a fuck though?
When you date a Cyrus, your career's only going downhill.
Like the only reason why I like Betray is because of Cole Bennett. I saw the music video before I heard the music, and I was like, "Ooh, the video is cool as fuck." And then I heard the song by itself on Spotify. I was like,
yeah.
Sorry, man.
What kind of milestones do you want to have that are similar to Cole Bennett? You know, like first one bringing people to cities.
I mean, personally, at the end of the day, you're only like it sounds real selfish, but you have to look out for yourself.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, big real directors only do like 4 videos a year, music videos a year. He shoots for like 1 a month, so 12, and like he's on pace to do like 16 this year.
Damn.
So even just doing like 10 or 12 videos a year, like making sure they're the highest quality of production too. And then also, I guess, like marketing myself to make sure that like everything's steady. Like, don't want to like end up in some stupid controversy and like blow my career up for good. And it's like, well, what am I gonna do for the rest of my life now?
Yeah.
It's like, damn. There goes my shit.
My wife left. Took my kids.
Ah, fuck. I mean, so what you're telling me is you're planning on flying Scorsese out anytime soon right now.
Wait, what?
You're planning on flying Scorsese out, huh?
I don't know who that is.
Dude, as a director, he doesn't know who Scorsese is.
Dude, that's why, being in like a film student and stuff, they always talk about these movies and these directors. No idea who they are.
Right.
Like, I'm just
Old as
lost.
fuck.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
I'm just lost.
Well, a lot of the good movies they made are also old. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm not gonna go watch a movie from like the 60s, dude. Like,
It's so hard to watch.
So y'all seen fucking
hard.
Endgame?
Yeah, I'm saying,
Casablanca
right?
has no color.
Yeah.
Endgame has like 50, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like no challenge. So it's even hard for me to watch like 2000s like shows and movies.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just
And I
so-
feel like such like a almost like a priss saying that, but I'm just like hey, come on, the visual effects now. How can I go back?
Exactly.
There's no
Like-
point. It's so boring.
Remaster that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're doing it with Call of Duty. Why can't you do it
You're
with
right.
movies?
Exactly. It shouldn't be that hard.
Exactly.
That's the
Hell yeah.
business we need to get into. Remastering shit. Right?
yeah.
People always want shit remastered.
We'll go back and make Friends actually funny.
I'm with you on that. I don't think
Yeah.
Friends is funny.
No,
I'll look my eyes in the camera and say I don't think
no,
Friends
I'll
is
look
funny.
at this fucking camera and tell
Friends
y'all
is
it
not,
ain't funny.
do we want to all say it at once? 1, 2,
2,
3.
Friends is
sucks.
fucking funny. It sucks ass.
The Office really isn't either.
Oh, I'm with you there. I'm so
it's
happy.
funny the first time around, but then it's like,
Okay,
You're
okay.
the only
I'll
other
say-
person that I've met that's like The Office.
Okay,
really.
okay. If you watch the first couple seasons, it's pretty good.
yeah.
But then after fucking they cut half the cast and half the cast gets old and leaves,
Yeah.
they're like, that's when it starts getting
bringing
kinda
Will
shitty.
Ferrell, it's like, how do you bring in Will Ferrell and it sucks?
not make him funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
like,
was like,
that, they have to
dog.
try to do that.
Will Ferrell was just phoning it in, man. He needed a quick paycheck.
He
You know
did.
what I
He
mean?
really
He,
did.
Yeah.
he was like, I got a fucking movie coming out with Kevin Hart here in a couple years. I need something to do. Like,
Total cash grab.
That Elf paycheck just ran dry.
Yeah.
he was like, fuck.
Man, how long do you think a paycheck from Elf would last him?
Bro,
Like
that
2 years.
movie's still getting played to this day, so
Dude.
I feel like he's still
That's
spending
what
that money.
every elementary school at Christmas time, man. They
Yes.
wheel in the cart and they
Like,
start playing Elf.
Who wants to watch Elf or fucking whatever?
Polar Express.
I can't tell you how many fucking times I've seen that movie.
I swear to God.
I was in high school still watching that shit.
I know,
It's-
right?
It's ridiculous. In high school, just be like, all right, it's time to get on my phone.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
If I want to go to the bathroom, I'm gonna dip out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, all right, y'all watch that. I'll watch Breaking Bad on my phone.
AirPods just came out, so you just like put your hood up. No one
Yeah.
knows what you're doing.
Bro, AirPods are the shit, though. Wireless headphones changed the game.
They really have.
Yeah. I fucking hate these young kids now because you guys got tech we didn't have.
For real, man. I was going outside. When I was your age, I went outside.
I know. Oh, I still don't do that. I was playing on my chunky ass DS. That looks like a fucking laptop.
Dude, those things were those original DSs.
Yeah, I still
those
have
things
one.
Were, really, dude, those were
massive.
It's a fucking brick, dude. I still have mine.
Carry those things around. You had like your own little purse for them.
I did.
Yeah.
I was that kid, dude.
You always lost the goddamn stylus after like fucking.
Oh, mine.
Yeah,
I used a
you know
Q-tip.
A Q-tip?
I used to
Genius.
use a Q-tip.
Dude, you started from the bottom.
Yeah. I lost the
Riches to
stylus.
rags.
Riches to rags. Honestly, because like as soon as I started, because I lost the fucking stylus early on, and I started using the Q-tip. Like I just noticed that the screen started getting scratched,
Oh my God.
and the fucking light started dimming because I would always play on the brightest setting.
God dang.
I dropped it in the toilet.
Dude, how'd it fit?
What?
How'd it fit in there?
Yeah,
it
no,
was
that's what
just
I'm
barely.
saying.
It was just like boonk.
Imagine as a kid, you're like, I'm gonna need my DS for this one.
Yeah.
What kind of
Dude,
thought
Bro, as a
process
kid, I
you
used
going
to take
through?
fucking like shits that
Dude.
big, bro.
Doctor's appointments with your like grandparents, dude, or
Yes.
your mom.
Yeah.
That was like
Playing Mario 64, bro.
That was
Oh,
you
yeah.
and your mom's lifesaver.
that was for real because
Yeah.
you just sit there and you're quiet.
Yeah.
It's like a pacifier for 8-year-old. Like
Exactly. And my mom, she's nosy as hell, so she'd be like looking at me playing, just like, yeah, look at it.
Ain't looking at
Kicking
porn
out.
over there.
Is that porn? Bro, the new DSs, they connect to the internet, so you can do that.
That's a dangerous game.
It is a very
That's
dangerous
scary.
game.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't have kids, man.
No, yeah, me neither. Kids are fucking disgusting.
But
First of all.
not with the internet, man. Absolutely
Dude, no,
not.
dude. That,
He's gonna be a little.
dude,
my kid's gonna
imagine
be
you
bad
think
as
your
fuck.
kid's playing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but he's really over there like watching
hentai.
On Omegle, you know what I mean?
He's on
Just,
Omegle.
just seeing dicks left and right.
Watch some August Ames tributes, man.
Oh, that's fucked. Oh no.
Like, am I supposed to be proud or like?
I don't know, and then plus there was that segment that, you know how kids' YouTube is fucking like super weird,
Oh,
and they had
yeah.
that one Momo bitch or whatever on Twitter. They were
Momo?
like some like people were hiding her fucking subliminal messages in the middle of kids' videos, and YouTube didn't review them, so they
Like
just threw them
Islamic
kids out.
extremists or what are we talking
Well,
about
it was
here?
just like it would just pop up. There would be this fucking like bird-looking bitch, and be like, "Hey, go turn on the stove and hop
Wait.
in the oven or some shit like that." It'd be
Wait, for real?
yeah, it'd be some fucked up shit, and like
Go turn on the stove when your parents are asleep. Make
Yeah,
sure you
yeah.
get all 4 burners.
yeah, it'd be shit like that. and then, like if you don't do it, I'll kill you. And obviously, kids are fucking stupid,
fucked.
so they're like, "I don't want to
Dude.
die."
What, dude? That's wild. How?
Yeah.
Some person did that. Like how?
No, yeah, there's a grown ass
imagine-
person to do that.
What goes through your mind? Like how sad?
How fucking scarred are you? How much do you hate
Yeah,
that?
like
No, don't fuck with kids,
that's
man.
crazy,
That's-
man.
Yeah, people
That's-
used to do that shit.
Those are the same kids that like turn out to be like school shooters and stuff. That turn on the stove and leave them on. Like Jesus, that's crazy.
Right. But luckily they caught him, or because as soon as that one channel got caught, a bunch of other copycats channels started popping
Yeah.
up doing the same shit.
Do you think they have to go and watch every single like kid's YouTube video?
Oh,
That'd
it
be
goes
awesome
through
if they did.
something.
It's gotta go. It goes through an algorithm.
Yeah, that's all it is, an algorithm.
Yeah.
Imagine getting paid to do that.
Well, Facebook employs people to do that,
Right.
but the fact is that Facebook is a horrible fucking place. So like, these people
Right,
suffer
right.
from like depression, PTSD, and awful shit because
Yeah.
they're like, wow, humanity sucks.
For real. Yeah.
Humans do
Yeah,
suck.
having to like be the guy that has to like look through all like the evidence and stuff. You
I
know,
watched,
in, like murder cases.
Yeah, there was a guy, I can't remember, it was like he made like a video on YouTube and he was like worked for Google, but he would have to go through when people like search certain things or like certain images of like dead babies or like
Oh,
people getting
no.
like raped would come up. He would have to go in and watch every second of it and make like every second and to be able to delete it and make sure that it never like popped up in searches and stuff like that, just
my
to keep the
God.
internet clean. Like it was like a group of him and like 10 people.
Yeah.
And he said just hours and hours of that just like destroyed his mental health. Like the absolutely most like fuck thing you can think of is there's a
It's
video of
there.
it. There's a video
Yeah.
of it. And you have to sit there and watch that.
And you have to
get
think
paid.
how much more is not on video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just how many people are not filming that shit.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Like, dude, you couldn't pay me like $500,000 a year to. Nah, you probably could.
I was about to say,
Never
but
mind.
600 grand, right?
Yeah, it's like, all right, we got the minimum here. Let's just go up from there.
Hey, I do a lot of things for money. Maybe that guy was just a bitch. Like,
Right.
It's not that bad, bro. Just close your eyes, man.
if you listen to it, it's like, you know, you can think of SpongeBob.
Oh God,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So whenever you're shooting like music videos, you know, what are some things that kind of go into it that people don't think about?
What you're talking about before the show, getting the artist to show up. That's a tough one because it's hard because they're rappers. I mean, they're already hard to contact in general.
Yeah.
And so just getting them there is really hard. But there's a lot more than you think, like especially being so like amateur with it. Like scripting out shot lists, location scouting, super tough. I mean, where are you going to shoot a music video? Oklahoma City. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hear this from outside of like L.A. Someone hearing me, it's like, well, yeah, you can see why it's tough.
We have
like,
the plaza walls. You gotta go.
Yeah, like, dude, been there like 4 times. Like, there's only so much you can use a location for. Like, I'm already reusing locations. I don't have that many videos out. Like, yeah, that's also a tough one. But yeah, just locations are pretty hard right now.
Yeah,
getting artists to show up.
Why would artists not show up to their own, you know, shoots?
Don't ask me. You were asking the wrong guy.
They're just like no call, no show, and then like the next day, like, do they ever reschedule it, or is it just like a dead end?
Normally, it'll be like a week of no contact, and then they'll be like, "Hey, sorry, man." Then they'll finally like feel bad.
Oh
like,
God.
I screwed up.
Then they'll actually want it, really. That's what it is.
And then you're like, great, now I have to do all that fucking work again.
No, you just another day. Like, it's really not. It's not that big of a deal. But
it's just annoying.
Is it ever hard, like, whenever you need extras and stuff? Like, if a person bails, is that like a fucking bitch?
Yeah, I haven't had many shoots where there've been like a lot of people involved, just because a lot of people that like in film school and stuff, when you're actually doing like little directing stuff, and like people know, you tell someone to do something, they do it. But like having the like random people like your friends or whatever that like don't take you seriously, or they're like come in and try to be like, oh, you should do the shot like this. It's like, have you ever held a camera in your life? Like, you're gonna tell me what to do?
Exactly, dude. I've known you all your fucking life. Like,
it's tough direct, especially like extras. I can see it being an issue. Like, kind of like relieved yesterday. The shoot didn't happen because there's gonna be like 20 extras at like a pool party, all like drinking and stuff. Like, like I had to have security. Like, I had security ready to like throw people out. Stuff was getting too wild. Like, you just have to have those precautions ready. You have to think of everything, because it will everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Right, you have 20 people together.
Yeah, someone's going to try to fight the artist in the middle of the shoot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, why are they filming him, not me? I'm cooler.
Yeah,
y'all didn't catch my cannonball, dog?
What's the most people you've ever had to work with?
That would be in school. We did a pretty big like script filming thing with like, we built the set and everything like that.
Oh, damn.
It was like it's probably like 40 or 50 people.
Damn.
And I was just a DP, so I just kind of like sat on the gimbal and just like pointed and press record. But I mean, it was fun. I mean, when everyone knows what they're doing, you can accomplish so much. When you have so many people like with the same goals.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, people just want to get it done. You know, at the same time.
Yeah. Like, God, dude, I want to go home. Like,
exactly. Like
I'm paying for this.
Yeah. Shoots last like 8+ hours. You know, if you want to get it just right, you have to get everything. Think of everything.
Dude, 45-minute drive to school. I have to be there at 9 in the morning. You don't leave till like almost midnight, and you have to be back up there at 9 in the morning the next day. It's rough, man. But
Jesus,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
As far as locations go, what do you look for in a location?
The main thing is depending on what the story is. So if the storyline, like, you're not gonna have something that's like a dark and gloomy, like a sad video shoot, and then bring them to like Sunny Park in downtown, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're probably gonna want to do it in like a bedroom or something like that, but you also don't realize how like everything around you could just set the scene, just like little things like moving posters around, or like there's a project that we have coming out where the like the cover art for it is just like, it's got like a gun and like weed and pills everywhere, just on this like table, like a party table. It's like, just that being the cover art already can tell you what the song's gonna be about.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just gotta set the scene, man.
Like, set design is huge.
I mean? That was like one of the most interesting classes I've ever taken.
Right. I've only ever heard about it. There's like some book right there, like Sets in Motion or something, but it's like fucking fascinating.
It's so crazy. I mean? Like, and they do those opening shots of like a child's bedroom or something.
Yeah.
And they got everything, toys, family pictures that they took.
It looks lived in.
Yeah.
All those papers, like.
And dude, it's crazy. Those props people, like, so much, especially in those big budgets, man.
Like,
and they have to
Marvel and stuff, all the little details that you can miss.
Like,
they have
every little thing.
Our videos dedicated to what things you've probably didn't notice.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
And all for, like, at the end of the day, what could be, like, a 2-minute shot.
Yeah,
Just
not
the
even a 2-minute
one
shot.
place
Like,
in
it just be a
there,
pan.
you know?
Like,
yeah.
And every little thing has to be accounted for. Every little thing has a certain place where
Right.
it's supposed to be and where it's supposed to be on the
Has
truck.
to be there every single time.
Exactly. And you could have set this huge, big bedroom, and then go and 2 months later have to come back and redo the shoot, and everything had to be perfect.
Oh my god.
It's like, dude, I couldn't be bothered with that, man.
I
Like,
didn't know, honestly, no. That is crazy. Because I've definitely heard of, like, whenever they were filming, like, Justice League and stuff, they switched directors halfway through the movie, and they had to.
Oh yeah, I
that's a
remember that.
disaster.
Yeah, and
That's a
you can
disaster.
just look at how this director managed the character versus how this one managed the character, and it's just completely different people.
Dude, you should have scratched it at that point.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
inconsistency. It's like, how can you be okay with that?
No. The Snyder cut is coming out though, so.
All right.
What's the craziest shoot you've ever had?
Almost a year ago to the day, I got
Oh, yeah.
arrested for trespassing out of a video shoot. It
What
was
the
pretty
hell?
funny. The video never even came out either. Obviously, we didn't even want to reshoot it. I was at
Yeah.
this, like, you guys ever, like, when you were kids, go to, like, Celebration Station? It's like that. It's a place down in Norman like that, abandoned, beautiful place. And it was, like, awesome. But I tried calling people, trying to find emails of everything, do everything legally. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to show up. Like,
Right.
the only no trespassing sign was, like, so faded by the sun. It just said, like, no tea. So I was like, okay.
All right, fair game.
Yeah, exactly.
Fences were completely torn down. Like, you walk in, beautiful place, by the way. And then turns out there's like a house in the back that the property owners live on.
Oh.
And so it was like, they called the cops, and like we saw the cops before we saw them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just like, oh, like we're just gonna talk to them, tell them what they're doing. And then the lady comes out, completely like erratic, this like crackhead looking lady.
Sheesh.
And I
And they
was
own that
like-
much land.
Yeah, and she's
Right.
like, I've had a day off in 37 days. I was like, well, you're bad with money. Like, this is my fault. Like, she's like, what do I got to deal with you guys? And I was like, we'll go. Like, you're the one making the big deal about this.
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
She didn't even ask you guys to leave at first?
no,
Just
like,
straight
we'd have
up
left.
Call the cops.
Yeah, we'd have left. Like, I mean,
Right.
I'm an asshole. Like, you don't want me somewhere, I'll leave.
Right.
That's insane. She didn't even try to talk to you first. I almost feel like the police should have
No.
been like, have you ever even tried asking
Yeah,
them to
did you
leave?
just immediately call us? Like,
Yeah.
'cause
It's Norman police. What else are they going to do?
Oh,
I guess
okay.
right.
Like,
Pull
there's-
over teenagers.
Yeah, you
and
just say
shit.
young guys trespassing, and they're like, boop boop.
And I
There you
got to
go.
pull up 8 deep for me. I know, like,
Right.
I know I'm a big guy. But like,
Right. So wait, eight different cars showed up, or 8 different
no,
officers?
only 5 cars showed up with 8 different
Still
officers.
though.
Christ alive, the numbers
Five-
don't add up.
How
There
many,
were 3
how many
cops
people
with
did you
us.
have with you when you were shooting?
2 people left before like they just dipped because I was like they're with us, they're not part of this. They were staying outside, they
Right.
weren't even in. So I was like, you guys are good, we'll go. And so there's a total of I think of like 6, and I was the only one. 2 of them got trespassing tickets that they had to go like municipal court, and then I was taken away, got out, and then then I had to go to court a couple days later, or like 3 months later,
Jeez.
and 6 months of probation, and had to pay $100 more than if I would have just not gone to court and paid the ticket for
my
court
God.
fees.
Jesus,
It was ridiculous.
Jesus, dude.
It was a fun time, you know. You live and you learn.
Right?
God.
And then-
Were you the only one arrested there?
Yeah,
Why?
because I was directing it.
Oh.
It was my idea to go. I mean,
Right.
I'm
Fog
not
At least,
gonna
yeah.
lie.
I mean, at least he took the responsibility. He was like, all
for
right,
sure.
y'all,
I
get outta here."
just can't believe that they would, still even bother to arrest you when they could have just given you the ticket too.
I know, they
I mean,
could have
what-
been like, hey,
What
get
do they
out
have
of
to
here.
gain from that?
Well, 2 of the guys are out of state that they were trying to give tickets to, and so they're like, well, we're gonna have to like actually arrest you and book you if we want these charges to go because you're out of state. Because if we just give you a ticket for a court day, you're gonna be gone. And you're not gonna show up to court.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're just like, we're just not even gonna bother. And I was like, oh, thanks for cutting them a break, guys. Like, really
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Trying to help me out now.
it was ridiculous. Yeah, like probation wasn't that bad though.
Yeah, I mean,
I
well,
mean, I don't
obviously,
smoke, so
oh yeah, there you go. Plus, I mean, like, I don't know the whole probation. I don't know what you can and can't do, but I mean, like, when you're just
just don't get in
directing music
trouble,
videos, I
yeah.
mean,
And then COVID hit halfway through it, so it's like, well, we're stuck
I'm gonna be at
inside.
home anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't lose my job. They didn't care. So it's like, it was fun.
Yeah,
Right.
there you
Yeah,
go.
that's definitely like a best case for that kind of stuff to happen.
Well,
Yeah,
I
like-
feel
best
like
case-
worst case would have been the owners just come out with a rifle,
Rifle,
and,
yeah.
start aiming at you guys.
Like, this is
Like,
my stand your
Like if
ground.
they were,
Yeah.
if they were willing to fucking call the police on you.
I mean, if they can't even keep their own land habitable, I don't think
Yeah.
they own guns.
Yeah, right.
I mean, shit, that would have been scary though. I don't know if I want to go out like that.
for real.
Yeah. Damn, that is crazy shit.
But that brings up another good point. You film something like that, like on an open field, or you can just go somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're doing a music video, so like you have some story, like you said, but then you also have the lip syncing and whatnot.
Okay.
You gotta tell me, are they dancing to like actual music that you play, or are they kind of just freestyling
doing it in
like
their
to
head.
the air? You know what I mean? Are they dancing to wind?
Or someone like playing it on their phone, like
So,
I'm
what
dying to know.
What I do, I have a Bluetooth speaker, and I always have my backpack on, and I put it in the cup holder of my backpack. It's like really loud, and so the camera never is within more than a couple feet from it, so it's super easy to sing it together, and the artist can still hear it.
Right.
So yeah, no matter where we're at, you just gonna have to bite the bullet and look like a weirdo. Like, I'm not the one dancing. Like,
yeah, exactly. I'm just the guy filming. It's like, look at this fucking idiot.
That's pretty much how it is. Like that scene in the streetcar that we did in the last music video. It was like 3 people up front, just like,
the fuck are we doing?
it's like echoing throughout the streetcar, and it's like you can hear me in the raw footage. I'm like, come on, let's go, like let's start dancing,
Yeah,
like, let's go,
it.
get it.
He's just like,
It's like
so
so
awkward.
awkward. It's so awkward. But I mean, and then some people come up and like, what are y'all doing? It's like, oh, just so happens.
filming a music video.
Self promotion.
Hell
There's
yeah.
a little degree of acting that goes into it too. You know what I mean?
You gotta be
You have to
charming. You
act
can't
like
be-
no one's there.
Yeah, you can't be like, bitch, I'm filming a music video, because then they'll be like, oh, he's an asshole. I'm not gonna check out his stuff.
Yeah, when we were at the scene in front of it, because that scene where that had that transition of going to straight downtown with all in the background, we were going to do it on that bridge, the Scissortail Bridge, but they're like working on it. Like someone had like put like a hole in the middle of the bridge, so there's like construction people. So we're just like, we'll just do it in front of it. And then the construction people came over, we're like, yo, can we? And they're like, what are you doing? They're talking to us, and I was like, yo, you should let us film like just like 2 shots like on the bridge.
That'd be fucking funny.
I was like, that'd be cool with you guys in the background. And they're just like, nah, we can't do that. I was like,
Fuck
Oh,
off.
But-
That would've been so
I
good.
really thought they were gonna be cool.
dude. Oh yeah, you would have seen it if they would
Hell
have let
yeah.
us. But yeah, I just gave him one of my cards. I was like, yo, just type that in on YouTube and on May 1st, and then it'll pop right up. He's like,
Yeah.
all right,
If you
bet.
change your mind, let me know.
Yeah, my number's on there. You can text me if you ever need anything. Man.
Right.
That's fucking cool.
You're gonna shoot like their corporate work video.
Yeah, and their boss hits me up, like, hey, like we need a commercial.
yeah. That's connect. That's networking.
That's
It's
networking,
networking.
yeah.
Right. You gotta give it to the construction workers, man. Never even thought about that.
Damn.
Yeah, that was fun. It's always fun shooting videos. Like, there's nothing better than actually getting up and getting everything ready and going out and doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause you get new ideas. You can probably plan so much. Like half of it's just going with the flow and figuring stuff
Right.
out when you're there.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
for
I mean, there's
sure.
so much stuff you just can't plan for, especially if you're doing stuff in public.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
especially. And people get mad and they'll be like in the background of a shot. They'll be like a mile away.
Yeah.
And they'll like
What?
run up to be like, "You can't film me." Like, I'm not filming you. You just happen to be in the shot.
I know,
Like,
right.
Honestly, like this is a public.
Like,
Like,
I want you to
what-
blur
what-
me.
yeah.
Blur it.
like, promise me. Trust me. Like, no one knows who you are. Like,
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like, you're not as important as you think you are. You're not fucking Jason Bourne, dude. Like, nobody's gonna give a shit who you are.
Whenever you guys dance, though, what's like the most crowded place you've ever done it?
Oh gosh.
You
I
ever
try
done
to-
it in like a super crowded place where people are kind of like turning heads?
I mean, yeah. So the last one we did at the Scissortail Park, there's a bunch of people just like
Oh,
flying
yeah.
kites and stuff. And then we did one scene where just kind of like some B-roll stuff, but everyone was just like the part was just like deadlocked. Like, what are they doing?
What?
But I mean, there's not many places I don't like to, because the more people you have involved that aren't involved in it, it just causes problems.
Right.
Like,
Right.
There's no point to like make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. In a lot of these locations, there's no one there, like alleyways and parking garages or just something cool. There's no one there. So
Right.
As far as crew goes, you just keep it to like, you.
It's mainly just been me and like maybe someone coming to help
Mhm.
Right.
and just like set stuff up. But I mean, the last one I did was literally just all my DSLR with one lens. Just
Oh, yeah.
all handheld shots.
Hell
That's
yeah.
all it was. Like, like couldn't go to school, check out equipment. Like,
Yeah.
it's closed down. So I mean, it was a fun video. It was definitely fun.
That's good. I mean, definitely the less people, the better. You know, I mean,
Yeah. If you want a skeleton crew,
just in and
yeah.
out.
Exactly.
Once you get more people in it, it gets too much. It reminds me of the Nathan Fielder skit.
Which one?
Whenever he's like, he's trying to get a little petting zoo on the like trying to get him basically on the big screen, I guess. Like, he's trying to get press for them. Fuck, I'm dumb.
On the big screen, I'm
On
like,
the
he's
big
making an
screen.
Animal Farm
He's trying
film.
to get the press.
What?
I'm a fucking idiot.
On
So
the
he
big
basically
screen.
he stages the video of the pig saving the baby goat from the lake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he
yeah.
had like hundreds of people working on this fucking 6-second video that he had them all sign NDAs and shit. Did I
That's
say
too
that right?
much, man.
Yeah, that is.
NDAs.
And then you have to have the-
non-disclosure agreement. You got it.
Yeah.
Because I got it wrong one episode. I was like, God damn, I don't want to fuck this one up again. I got roasted last time.
He said something like NDNA. Yeah, I don't
Some
know.
You got to
dumb
know
shit.
your acronyms before you say it.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
I know, right?
No shit. I didn't know what the fuck Antifa was until fucking
I still don't know what it is.
anti-fascism.
Oh.
See, my
Alright,
first time I
that's
was
all
trying to
it
figure
is.
out what each letter meant. I'm like, this is a long ass acronym. I'm like, okay, the A is anti, but what's N and T and I?
Yeah. Turns out just fascist.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. All right, so let's move on. We want to ask you something something different. Like,
Okay.
what's your key to a first impression?
Oh, so like with women?
Okay. All right.
Oh, I like that's the
I
first
like,
place you
yeah,
went,
my
yeah.
boy. He knows how to play the game. But
Well-
all right, so yeah, well, I guess we could say a woman that you like probably gonna have like or on a shoot
shoot.
with, and versus someone you're trying to holler at.
Oh, okay.
Like casual, like maybe
Well-
casual first impressions versus professional first impressions.
Well, you want to keep both the same because you want to be the same person.
Right, right.
In the past like year, I've like really learned to humble myself and just, dude, everyone's their own person. If you just
Yeah.
go up and be yourself, I mean, it's so cliche,
All right.
but yeah, it's not that. I suck at it. I like talking like I have all this game. Like, no, I know. Trust me. Like, you meet me in a bar. If I come up to you in a bar, please don't talk to me. Like, just shut me down. Just like end it. But
Just say no right then and there, so I know.
yeah, I walk up. Just shake your head. Like,
Hey, what's
no.
up?
No, you just gotta be yourself. Like, you have friends. People know who you are. Like, as long as you don't change up exactly who you are and just like be fake about it. I mean, you just gotta be yourself. Like, that's who people are gonna love you for, anyways. That's why your family loves you. That's why your friends love you. You just gotta be yourself.
Oh yeah.
Don't fake anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good. I feel like that's a good,
Yeah.
especially whenever you're filming something like in music shoots. You know, you don't want to be like, super casual about it, and then
You just have to put your ego aside. Like, you can't have an ego.
yeah,
Like, egos will hurt you more than they'll help you.
yeah.
Like, even if you've earned it, nah.
Yeah,
dude,
especially
put
in the
that
local,
aside.
especially in the local scene. Like, if you act like you got
Yeah.
all this guy, everybody's gonna be like, "Man, what the fuck is
Like,
this guy?"
Who's this guy?
Yeah,
I mean, to everyone else, you're like that asshole. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't-
Every
you can't burn
day-
bridges.
Every day in life, you're just like, you see someone, you're like, oh, this asshole. You're that asshole to
Yeah.
someone. You are that asshole.
Well, so are
Like-
you.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. You're an asshole because you're hating on him, but it's a lose-lose. Just be nice. Just be a good person, man.
It's not hard.
It's really not.
It's too much effort to just like go and dog people and hate on people,
It really
especially
is.
for petty stuff. It's too much effort. Like, I don't have that much time in the day. Like, I can't I can't go
Yeah,
around
right?
just like hating on people.
It's like I fucking forget to eat. How the fuck you want me to hop on Twitter and talk shit about somebody I don't
Honestly.
know? Like,
But now that we're talking about first impressions, what's your go-to pickup line?
Oh God, should I pull up some of my Tinder ones?
yes.
Literally,
That's, yeah.
Okay, dude, this is funny. So I learned this. I'm not gonna not give credit. So my roommate's Tim. Shout out Tim. He is the Tinder legend.
Oh.
So I always would struggle with girls replying
Right.
back to me. And so I'd always do something like based off their bio or something, or be like, oh, that's a cute dog. No, that does not work. Like this one from a girl named Stephanie. I said, just slid in, said, frogs can't swallow with their eyes open.
That's fucking funny. That's
And
brilliant.
she goes, what? I mean, she responded. Like,
I was like, now that you're here,
Yeah.
like
I'm Nick.
you just got to say the most random stuff.
That's fucking
And-
funny.
Or just like go up to a girl and like, I have one magic trick I know, but I feel like that's really cringy.
It's like, I have one
Yeah,
magic
that
trick.
is.
And then, yeah, I feel like if you try to flex your magic, it's just gonna like you're just basically showing how fast like you can switch their drink without them noticing and shit. You know?
I just like, hold on, let me.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You'll feel better in an hour.
Jesus Christ.
That's the magic trick. Just wait.
Oh God, but
Yeah, my frat boy Joe taught me that one.
oh. But definitely, I need to talk to Tim because I have the same fucking problem. My game's garbage.
Well, I know Tim's a legend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I need his.
Yeah.
I need him to be my teacher, man.
Dude, he's taught me so much. Like, he really has. Like a lot of respect to that man.
Yeah.
Tim's out here like the walking encyclopedia on Tinder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just trying to. He's throwing everything out there and seeing what sticks.
He found something, dude.
Yeah.
So here's the question: do you reuse facts
Oh,
like
100%.
that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay.
Dude, one that's the funniest one I've ever heard him say was he said, "I'm tired of being the single mother of my friend group, even though I'm the youngest and I have no kids." No, even though I'm a dude and I have no kids.
That's pretty funny.
Like the most random. Like it's like, how do you think of this? Like you can't look that up. That's nowhere on the internet.
Right.
Right.
It's like a lot of thought. Creative man.
Yeah, I thought of one that kind of worked, but it obviously didn't get as much traction as I thought it would. It was like, hey, you think whenever The Rock nuts, it sounds like a shotgun, and it sometimes works. They either respond with them laughing, them like, all right,
might get more success on Grindr.
Yeah, you really might.
That's why I came up with the backup one. As soon as I was like, all right, the note one's not hitting. All right, let me try to switch it up for the day.
You know you have women set, right?
Yeah. I said it's like, you think Serena Williams titty milk tastes like protein shakes?
That was too gross to me.
That's pretty vocal, like straight up, dude. I don't have the confidence to do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Worst case scenario, I never meet them. I'm like, all right.
Best case scenario, man.
Best case scenario, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine they were like see me in public like, oh, that's the guy that texted me about Serena Williams titty milk.
Yeah. You weren't the guy that said the nut in the shotgun, right?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah. But
for
for real though.
you.
But
I'm
for
Mauro,
real though.
by the way.
Exactly. He's like, now that you're here, I need to know. This says a lot about you, man.
I don't have that much confidence because it's like I go and test jokes at like, work to my customers.
Okay.
That are so tame, and I can barely land with them. I don't know how you guys are saying. I don't know how you're saying shit about The Rock and his fucking nut.
So right? That was like, not me.
Yeah, I'll give an alcoholic drink to my table, and I'll be like, "Hey, you enjoy that for me?" And nothing. They won't even talk to me the rest of the meal.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Good one,
Bring
guys.
me more ranch,
right?
bitch boy.
Yeah. It's like I can't even make like 5 words out and have people laugh. Like.
Maybe you're just not funny.
Damn, that shit cut deep.
I know, right?
No, you're funny. I promise. I promise. They just don't have a sense of humor.
We got to consider every possibility.
Right. Plus, I mean, I don't know. I feel like every time a customer comes into any business, some of them are just complete assholes for no reason. So like, maybe you're just like choosing the wrong audience, man.
Maybe it's the 5th one.
Maybe they're like a comedy club or a podcast. Instead of these poor old people at their tables.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Why is my server harassing me? This is the 5th joke he's told me.
After every one, I'm like, this one's free.
Please pay me. Hey, you better tip me.
You want good jokes? Fucking pay for them.
I see a 20% tip. Like, all right, you get 2 jokes.
Yeah, real quick, sir. Real quick.
You get 2 bonus jokes.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Man, I wish I could make. I wish bad jokes were against the law. I'm so tired of hearing unfunny.
Dude,
people.
we would go to jail
Yeah, we
immediately.
would. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I'd be right there with you guys.
Yeah.
So would my dad too.
Oh yeah, every dad is gonna meet immediately.
No child would grow up with a father anymore.
Yeah,
they'd be gone.
Word.
He just wasn't funny.
He's like, his jokes sucked ass, man. He couldn't hit a punchline to save his fucking life.
But Nick, if you ever had to decriminalize something, what would it be?
Oh man, there's a few things. I think it's kind of stupid. How are you gonna legalize weed, especially in states, especially like some recreational states, but you still have people locked up for literal only weed charges? That makes no sense.
That shit makes so stupid to me.
That makes no sense. I'm also tired of hearing like. No, I won't say that. I'm not gonna incriminate myself.
Good shit.
No, that's
Smart man.
That's a good one. That's a big one. Like, I just think that's dumb. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, absolutely.
It's definitely like a weird like mom says, dad says type thing, right? Because like federal government's like no, but your state says yes. It's like, what's the truth here?
I was like, well, too bad he's in federal prison. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
out of here.
Exactly.
You're basically holding him hostage, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll knock off a month of his 8-year sentence. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we'll knock off 1 lifetime for his fucking lifetime sentence.
Seriously,
Yeah.
like they expect you to say thank you for that shit. It's wild. It's
No.
wild.
The government will fuck you, and you will say thank you.
Yeah. Shit, some people will. It's the first time they got fucked in years.
Yeah,
That is true. I mean, hey, I screwed him over. I owed money on my taxes. I didn't pay.
All right.
You're gonna come after me for my $70, IRS?
Yeah,
Come
oh, they
get
will.
me.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll come out for double. They'll be
You're
like,
racking
oh,
up a tab
yeah,
right
I am.
now.
I'll pay it off later.
They're like, oh, he's on a podcast, and that's plus 70 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I owed money. That's stupid. Like, I'm not paying you guys. It's $70. It's gonna cost more than that $70 to come get me and make me
Yeah,
pay.
exactly.
They will get you for that 70.
I-
I've had to fight the IRS myself, man.
I like to
Don't tell
think
me
they
that.
just like let the
Yeah.
government fuck you in little ways. You know what I mean? Like every application just takes a little too long.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, hey, he stole us 70 bucks.
Yeah.
Make him wait 70 minutes at the DMV. Like,
Bottom of the line.
When I get up to go pay, they're like, hey, you can go back and wait. We'll deal with you
That's
later.
right. Man,
that's how government works, man. They're petty like that.
They are petty.
before we close out here, we want to ask you a few questions.
All right.
So our first one is, what's a mantra or quote that you live by?
I tweeted one out last night that I saw was like pretty really good. There's 2 actually. One of them was don't take advice or don't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from.
Word.
And
Ooh,
that's something
good one.
that's like you can really live by. I mean, think about it. It's
That
smart.
one.
Never
Yeah.
thought of it like that,
Me neither.
honestly.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then another one, it's by this brand. Shout out Seek Discomfort with Yes Theory. They're super dope brand. They have super dope stuff. But one of their shirts, they had a Live the Dash line that they brought, and the main reason behind that was like everyone ends up in the same place. We all end up in the
Right.
hole in the ground with the tombstone.
Yeah.
Says our name, year we were born, year we died. In between, it's a tiny dash. So what you do in that dash, that's gonna make you remember for lifetimes.
Right.
So you just gotta live the dash, man.
Gotta live the dash.
Sorry for getting deep.
No,
No.
goddamn.
I'm
having
man, I'm like, how far am I on my dash
I
right
know,
now?
I'm like looking back on now. I'm like, what the fuck is my dash been about?
Yeah.
God damn. I'm built different. I ain't gonna die.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. The sun crashed into the earth, I would have to intervene. But
Until that day.
until that day,
Consider yourself lucky.
Exactly. I'm chilling. I'm on y'all's side right now.
Oh man, those are good ones. I like those.
Yeah, those are really
Those
good.
are gonna make me think the rest of the night.
No,
I won't
shit. I'm just
sleep.
sitting here thinking like, fuck.
Our second one is I think you'll like this one. How do you like your steak cooked?
There's only one right answer.
Dude, you guys are gonna get a bunch of dislikes for this. I really don't like steak.
Okay, that's not weird. That's not too bad.
But
I thought you were about to say well done.
I
I
mean,
know, right? I was about to flame you. I was like, hold up. I was about to hop over this table real
no,
quick.
medium rare is the only way to go.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
yes.
Thank
I
God.
mean, my roommate likes his well done.
I don't get
too.
that.
I mean, I'm like, you're
what is
just
it?
eating like burnt meat.
Right.
Like you might as well just like scrape some char from the bottom of
Seriously,
the
Yeah.
dude,
grill
it's like
and
gum.
eat that. You weirdo.
Steak flavored gum.
Exactly.
That's
Just
gross.
fry the steak if you want it crunchy like that.
Honestly.
And,
Fry the steak if you want to. Yeah.
and like eat beef jerky if you want it that fucking tough.
You might as well just eat it
Seriously.
raw at that point. Like, why would you waste your time in cooking it?
Yeah, you're
No,
gonna eat
you're already
garbage either
wasting
way.
it.
Yeah.
So you don't like rare? Do you like rare?
I like if I'm eating a steak, it's medium rare. I just
Right.
would rather just have like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, with that being said, what is your meat of choice? Like, was it chicken?
Oh,
is it
chicken,
Chicken.
dude.
Chicken's
Oh,
so good.
chicken's just yeah, it's
Dude,
phenomenal.
Like,
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
oh my dude. I'm sorry, dude. I love Chick-fil-A, but Popeye's chicken sandwich beats it.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
every
They
time.
do.
Absolutely.
Every
Spicy
time.
one? God damn it. Spicy one.
I waited in line for 4 fucking hours. No, it's like 30 minutes, but the first time I had one,
It felt like 4 hours,
Yeah,
dude. It felt 30 minutes
was-
at a fast food place.
Yeah.
It's 4 hours.
Damn.
Dude, it's worth it. I like
Yeah.
Popeyes. So I can't wait when I move back down here. There's no Popeyes in Norman, man.
Oh my, yeah, that's
It's
true.
really
That's
not.
weird. There's the KFC, but nobody goes there. That
That's
shit's-
not
Yeah,
Popeyes.
it's
man.
not
KFC's not.
Popeyes.
KFC's below tier. Because
Yeah.
KFC churches than Popeyes.
Right. I always heard someone. There was a saying that's like, you go to Popeyes if you're rich, and Church's if you're broke, but neither if you don't have the time.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a bad experience with churches. I've only eaten there once.
Me too. I had a terrible experience.
Was it in high school?
Yes.
Because it was right by the Taco Bueno, and the line was too long. You're just going to bite the bullet and go get churches. You can't even make it back to the school before you're about to do some dirty things to some bathrooms.
I don't even get it. Like, I sit there for 40 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm watching them just like, in the fryer, just like up and down. I'm just like, what? It's chicken.
They're cooking a medium rare, bro.
No, they're well done in that.
God, it was terrible.
Yeah, I will never eat at the churches again.
But I'll be damned if the spicy chicken wasn't delicious.
See, I just had some chicken strips. So I can't speak on that. We're giving them too much publicity, man.
Exactly.
For real.
But
Fuck
Popeyes,
churches.
though.
Yeah.
Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, when I was in Louisiana, we were driving. I saw Popeyes on the side of the road, on the side of the house. I was like, I have to have Louisiana Popeyes,
Yes.
man. I have never had a better meal in my life.
Oh my
From a
God.
curbside Popeyes in Louisiana.
I'm about to drive 5 hours to
No.
get some freaking Popeyes right now.
Did
disappointed.
the deep fryer? Did the guy frying it? Did he have a cigarette in his mouth?
Oh, he probably did.
That's how you
Yeah.
know you're about to get the good meal of a
It was
lifetime.
probably blunt, man. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Dude,
good.
dude, me and George went to Popeyes not too long ago. Man taking orders. They were doing how in Chick-fil-A, the guy comes out and he takes your order car to car. He was smoking a cigarette while doing
Wait,
it. I was like,
really?
yeah, we
Yes,
were like,
straight up.
oh yeah, Popeyes. And that's how I was like,
Yeah.
I turned to George. I was like, dude, we're about to eat good.
Yeah.
It's about to be a good.
Imagine what's going on in the kitchen with this. Like,
No
dude,
kidding.
it's a party.
Honestly, yeah. They're not letting anyone inside. They're having a good time in there, regardless.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You can hardly yell at them. There's only one little window they can, cause hell from. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't
shit.
care.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Dude, you have to, like,
Popeyes
plan yourself, man. You have to, like, plan for, like, an hour out of your day just to go get Popeyes because it takes so long.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
it really is. Popeyes is so good.
Remember the first time I had it in years, I was going to get it before work, and I was late to work by 15 minutes.
I'm surprised. Dude, that's good.
I left a half hour early. It was a 45-minute chicken.
That's great. They're
Yeah.
taking their time with it, man.
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
seriously were. Fries were cold, chicken was hot. I was like, worth it.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Hey,
chicken's good.
The fries are amazing, man.
Oh, really,
Oh,
though?
yeah, the Cajun
So
ones,
good.
bro.
You can't go wrong.
You guys make me hungry.
I know, right? God damn.
We better wrap up quick before they close.
Yeah, I know, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, so we got one question left for you, man.
All
If
right.
you had a year left, what would you do?
Like, all my life?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I'd probably just take out every loan possible.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, I'm not paying it back.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just hit the road. Like, whether traveling, I like go visit the places I want to see.
Where'd you go?
I mean, I want to visit all 7 continents before I'm 30.
That's a
So,
sick goal.
Yeah.
Dude, they have Antarctic cruises now. You like
That's fucking
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
You, like, camp
they go
out,
to
like,
like
on a
that
glacier, right?
very northern part that's like not as shitty as the rest.
Yeah, they're like, this one's habitable at least
Yeah.
for a night, one night.
Dude, they'll like take you out onto like a glacier and you like sleep in like sleeping bags outside, not even a tent.
That
Jesus
sounds
fuck.
fucked.
And wake up in Antarctica.
And I bet you white people paying like $10,000.
Oh,
for
dude,
that.
it's like $15,000 for like a 2-week
Jesus
trip.
Christ.
Like,
It's
It's like,
sleep
hey,
on
y'all
a
want to
big-ass
sleep?
ice cube.
Exactly. Y'all want to sleep on a big ass ice cube?
Yeah.
and this video is sponsored by.
Yeah.
Like, dude, ain't no way I'm paying for that. But I mean, if I'm taking a loan, I'm gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna freeze my pool before I do something like that. No freaking way.
Fuck that! I'll just get a bunch of bags of ice and throw them in the tub and just do that.
Dress my dog up like a penguin. Bam, in Antarctica.
Hell
Goddamn.
yeah. You can fake everything on Instagram.
Yes.
Oh man, shit. That's so fucking cool. Where else would you go?
I want to backpack Europe. Last summer I was going to, but when I crunched the numbers, I was like, that's every cent I have, and I might not be able to make it back. So
Yeah, that's kind
I was
of
like,
like
I don't
a-
want to call my dad from like Turkey.
If something happens,
like-
yeah.
Like, yo, I need a flight back home.
Right. There's a. I don't know if you. Were you looking at the packages? Because they have some packages like.
No, see, I don't like doing touristy stuff because if I go to a place, I like to go and interact with local people and just
Yeah.
talk to people. That's the best way you can experience a culture. If you're going to touristy stuff, dude, that sucks. Like, you're just doing what they want you to see.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go into these countries or these places and interact with locals, eat at their restaurants, go to their bars. It's the only way you're going to have the best time and have the best experience.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, we should
Yeah.
pack back Europe.
Pack back.
We should fucking hell. I fucking suck at talking, goddamn. We should go to Europe. Fuck it. I'm not
All
gonna
I'm
say
saying
backpack.
is you got to start in London, right? And then you'll take a train to, like, Spain and then. But if you start in London, all I'm saying, like, London bars. Imagine Americans walking into London bars, like kids our age. Dude, we'd have the time of our lives.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be
Oh,
so
laddie,
much
another
fun.
piney. Liverpool just won the league.
Pour it straight down me hat cheek.
I think you're talking about Ireland, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
They both drink a lot. So the Mexicans, so we'll be right there.
Where would you go in Asia?
One place I'll never visit, India. That country's gross.
Whoa,
that sounds
hot
racist.
take.
It's not race. I mean, dude, they don't know how to dispose of trash. Like, it's true. Like, if they could fix their trash, they're the most polluted country in the world. Dude, I'm not going to India, man.
Where are you gonna go instead?
Dude, I'd love to visit China.
Which city?
Dude, I want to see what is it, Shanghai? Because they have the Shanghai Tower,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like half like rented out. So at nighttime it only lights up halfway up.
That's pretty cool.
But Dubai is the one place that I've.
Oh yeah, the
I
billionaires
need to go
playground.
there, man.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I can't pay for that, man.
Oh, absolutely not. They
Honestly.
fucking police drive fucking Ferraris and shit. Nobody's getting
Dude,
away.
yeah, no one's getting away. Dude.
Seriously.
I mean, shoot, a police driving Ferraris. I mean, you got some sports bike or ATV. You just hit the sand dunes, man. You're
Honestly.
gone. Yeah, I want to go visit the tallest building in the world. I think that'd be a place to see.
Yeah.
Dude, man, at the very top, I think I'd shit my pants. I'll be honest.
You're not kidding. Like, what the fuck?
All it takes was someone behind me could just go like, ugh, and
Well,
I'm
why would
gone.
you do
You know
that,
what I mean?
though? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Fucking dads love doing that for
it'd
some
be
fucking
so
reason.
hilarious. Can you
I'm not
imagine?
going with my dad.
My
dude.
dad. No, I'm just saying. My dad
Yeah,
used to
fuck
do
that
that.
guy.
I'm just saying. My dad used to do that shit whenever
For
we would go
real,
hiking on
yeah.
mountains and shit. You're like, ooh, I'm like, you fucker. You're supposed to be protecting me.
You ever go to like big bridges or like high places and you look over, but like they're just that. Okay, it might be weird, but that thought like
I could jump right now.
I could jump.
I could end my
Like,
shit
it would
right
be
now.
So easy. It's like jumping in the pool. Like, it'd be so easy.
Sometimes I'm even just like I'm looking over the balcony and I'm just like, if I lean too much forward, there it goes.
There I
There
am.
it goes. I don't even have to like try it all that hard.
Like, dude, that thought is that adrenal? That thought is weird.
It's
And as
actually-
my
it's
hands are
actually-
getting sweaty.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
My
like,
heart
I have
starts
to back away
racing.
or else I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
I'm
it.
a madman.
Yeah, it's actually a thing in psychology that I learned about. It's called call of the void. Like you're just looking down, and you're like, I can end my shit right now.
Yeah, man.
I'd rather
I need-
not.
Those intrusive
Like, I don't
thoughts, I
want
need to
to.
stop
Yeah, I don't want
them.
to, but like,
Dude, it's weird, man.
Same thing when
Like,
you're driving on the highway. You're going like 7 in
Yeah.
the left lane. You're just like,
I could just.
I could bury you right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I don't even have to use my brakes.
exactly. You don't have to. All it takes is like a small like misflick of the wrist, and you're fucking splattered.
Yeah, sometimes like when I'm driving, I'll be like, what if I just like put my foot on
Sneezed.
the brake and turn off the car right now?
Dude, or just like you have like when I worked this shitty job, like I remember like driving to work and being like, if I crash my car right now, I'll be like off for like 2 weeks. Like that, and that's when I realized I was like, I need to get out of this job. Like,
Yeah.
I need a
Oh
new
my
job.
God.
Yeah, I was like, I like walking.
My old boss actually got hit on the way delivering pizza for the company. Like while on delivery.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
we've had
he-
that at my store.
Said the
before.
workers' comp was insane.
Oh,
No
yeah.
shit, Jesus.
Dude.
And on top of that, so whenever it happened, the guy, he was carrying stuff from like a deposit from the safe because I think he was also planning to go from the bank. And so the manager was just like, hey man, I'm gonna write it off as a loss. Yeah.
That's thinking with your head, man.
Right.
That's thinking. That's probably like 8-10 grand in there,
Yeah.
man.
Fucking
Or
hell.
That's probably like 3.
I actually think it was like 2 or 3, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's
But
like
still,
people pay with
though, bro,
cards, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
okay. Jesus.
That's a nice trip to Gucci right there.
I know, right? The workers' comp,
No,
the
fuck
time
Gucci.
off,
I
medical
don't
bills
know.
paid, and you got the safe money.
That's
Bro.
a you can buy anything in Target
Yeah.
with
Being in
Gucci.
Yo, being in your 20s, oh, couldn't
Oh my
imagine.
god, that's your apartment right there.
Yeah,
That's your fully
bro.
furnished apartment. You can finally get a couch instead of a
Yeah.
futon.
No, I'm still going with the Gucci.
By one thing.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
It's like,
man.
bro, drip is forever.
Drip is forever.
Sex is temporary. Drip is forever.
There you go, man. There you go.
I definitely would rather get something along the lines of jewelry. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
100%.
Oh,
Just
okay,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
the longevity of
Ooh,
that is
yeah.
just insane.
I'm
There's
tired
also
of rocking fake stuff,
is-
anyways.
What's that swag? Peppermint patties or whatever the fuck his name is. What's
The Supreme Patty.
Supreme Patty.
Swipe up to get iced up.
get iced up. Free chains, but he charges you like $40 on shipping. So.
Yeah, dude, I actually bought one of those.
Really?
Dude, it's like it was a 100 emoji chain, dude. I feel like I could like stop it. It's like doing this, the patent, dude.
oh no.
It was terrible.
like
Like, dude, how can you not swipe up to get iced up, man? Like, you know, there's like 12-year-old kids like walking around like
We're
Yeah.
rocking that shit. Spray paint.
Cuban 100 emoji chain.
Turning their
Like-
neck screen and shit.
Yeah, turning their neck screen. Gotta start somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I used to rock some of those. Not his brand specifically, but like
Some green neckers.
Some green neckers, yeah.
He used to also have like brass teeth or some shit. Can't even get silver.
Hell no.
Oh gosh.
All right, Richiee, where can they find you?
At Nick M OKC on Twitter and Instagram, and at Richiee Productions on YouTube. Check it out. A lot of music videos, a lot of content coming soon. Appreciate you guys having me on. Look forward to being back.
Yeah, dude, it's a good time, man.
It was fun having you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Subscribe to Tame Mayhem, guys.
Hey, you got the plug.
Yeah, be sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Tame Mayhem, and you can watch us go live every week on Instagram.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys for listening.
Peace.
Love you guys. Bye.
I'm not kissing the mic.